I wanted to talk about a couple of flowers here in the prairie that resemble each other and in the hopes of maybe identifying some distinguishing characteristics. The two plants I'd like to compare are the brown-eyed Susan and the black-eyed Susan. So this plant here is actually the brown-eyed Susan, which can grow about 5 feet tall. And you'll notice these red stems that extend up the length of the plant with multiple branching points and then yellow flowers at the ends. The leaves at times take on a three-lobed pattern, as in that one right there, but at times are also single-lobed. There is some hairiness of this red branch here as well. And at the ends of the flower branches are flowers that have a brownish button with yellow rays that are grooved. This is actually a plant that spends most of its time in thickets in the woods near rivers, but can be found on the prairie as well. Compare that to the black-eyed Susan, which is here in a flower bed adjacent to our house. A nice sea of black-eyed Susans. These in the prairie can grow as tall as 6 feet tall, but in most of the flower plantings that I've seen, they grow between 2 and 3 feet tall. They've got a larger flower than the brown-eyed Susan that has a brown button in the middle, but a larger number of rays that are more often thinner. At least that's the way I've seen them. And it's got hairy leaves that are actually very soft hair that have longer stems at the bottom and shorter stems as you go up the length of the flower. Early, when we had our prairie planted in the first few years, these flowers were very dominant, but they've become less frequently seen, or at least less frequently flowering, ever since the prairie began to grow much taller than them. So an example of a succession of plants as a prairie gets established. Again, these specimens are in a bed near our house.